So let's talk a little bit about what yoga is. I think there's an assumption in our culture that yoga means movement, right? That yoga is making your body get twisted into impossible postures that most people can't do, but that looks really good on the yoga journal cover, right? Did you notice that when I was doing the King Dancer pose, for those of you that take, how many people in this room take any kind of adult yoga? So if you take adult yoga, you might have noticed that's like, usually they call it dancer pose, and in that pose, and I'm not the best at it, I'm not the most flexible yogi in the world, but it's difficult in shoes, right? Are we noticing we're doing things with shoes, which makes balance really different? But the pose in a more classical adult yoga would be kind of more like this, like like the arabesque that you see the skaters do on the ice, right? But when I'm doing that in a classroom, I'm like this. Mostly because, and you guys didn't bring this up, but I like to teach so that most people can be successful. And if I'm going to demonstrate like this, and then the kids are like, but we can't do this is too hard, then I've lost my whole audience, right? Maybe it's just this today, and that could be enough. So, but yoga is much bigger than just movement. It's much bigger than movement. The word yoga means to unite or to yoke, and it's a bringing together of the mind, the body, and in the yoga world they call it the spirit. In the world of yoga going into schools, I like to say it's the mind, the body, and the breath. And that's not really that far a stretch, because the word to breathe in Latin is spirare. So, and if you think about it, and we feel alive when we are infants and we take that first breath, and we say that we're dead when our last breath goes out. So there really is a connection between breath and life for us. So mind, body, and breath. And it was developed in India over 5,000 years ago, kind of as an ancient holistic healthcare system. So it's more than just movement. It also involves breathing and awareness building and focusing. There's also kind of some different morals and ethics, ways to live by, that are included in yoga that are similar to things like being a good citizen and having alone time and being honest, and all those kinds of things are kind of included in what it's like to be doing yoga. I think one of the other things that's kind of funny about yoga is in this culture, in America, it's like 90% women that are doing yoga these days, right? Those poor men are getting left out of the phase. But when it was created 5 years ago, it was really for the Brahmins, the top of the Indian class system, the ones that had the time and the space, the men that had the time and the space to be becoming spiritually devoted. And they they were the ones that were sitting in meditation all the time, but they realized that they couldn't sit all the time. Their bodies weren't ready for sitting. So they had to learn about the breath and the movement in order to sit for longer periods of time for meditation. So it used to be something that only men did, because the women were like doing the cooking and the cleaning and raising the kids. The women didn't have time to be like sitting in meditation all day long. They had work to do, right? And now we have it in our culture. Now the women are still doing a lot of work in the families, working outside the home, and doing the yoga, right? We're doing all of it. You notice there's not a single male here today. It's interesting, right? Why is that? Why is that? I don't understand all the way. And then there's another word that's out there these